When you are sharing things with a natural man, he looks at it as foolishness. They've come again. They've come again. They are trying to make this Christianity hard. When a preacher tells you that somebody went to go and do evangelism, and as the person got there and said, Jesus loves you, they said, like this, Jesus loves you. Like this. He said, it's not as if I'm saying want to, but there's a way riches help your preaching of the gospel. They don't know God. If God needs you to be rich for the gospel to be potent, the gospel is useless. Paul said that I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, because in it, in what? The gospel in it is the power of God unto what? The gospel does not need padding to be powerful. If it is the gospel you preach, in it is power. It doesn't need your bank account. It doesn't need your suit. If not, those of us who were missionaries will not have been able to change society. We will not have been able to shift the hearts of men. We will not have been able to. But you see, the natural man, when he hears these things, it sounds nice. Oh, bro, I used to say those kind of things. Say, me and my friends, when we finish, I had a group of friends, we used to pray early hours of the morning. We not get work. So because we not get work, oh my God. We will now go early hours of the morning. We will gather in one of these denominational parishes in the morning. We will pray at the altar. Pray. Then when we finish, we are sweating with our soaked prayer body. We now sit down. Say, one day, you will just drive your Benz, come. Say, me, I go drive my G-Wagon. Someone say, go drive this one. I say, I go just stand on top the boot like this. Or say, Jesus love me. I say, Kaa! Oh, manoko. Thank God, God never gave me that car. The gospel does not need padding. If men will only believe because you drive a car, there's something wrong with the message. There's something wrong with the message. You don't need to have anything. Conviction in the hearts of men is not a product of anything in the material world. He said, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, what he will do is that he will convict the world of what? Sin. He does the conviction, not your money. And this is why many celebrities are turning away from the faith. Many people who got born again are turning away from the faith. Little pressure, they turn away because they were not told that when you choose this way, you go suffer. They were not told that in the package is suffering. So you want to wear your Ralph Lauren perfume, your Ferragamo shoes, your Howis and Curtis shirt, your cufflinks fabricated on the fires of Switzerland, Melamanto, and then you drive your Mercedes, and then you park, then you come out and say, have you noticed people who suddenly break into wealth, they always have cough. They're always trying to clear their throat. You know what blocked it? Pride. It's pride. It's a demon. It's called pride. So they need to always to clear the throat. Then when you come out, you now say, Jesus loves you. The car doesn't make the message more potent. The words that I speak to you, they are spirit. They are spirit. If we see men that are dying and we refuse to tell them about Jesus because we don't have a car, God will request the blood of that generation from your hands. From your hands. So it's not enough that you are in the Christian space. The question is, do you know God? Are you part of the remnant pursuing righteousness, seeking God until you are sure that you know him? You know him. And when you begin to know him, your worship life will just change. When you sing songs, they will have greater meaning. You don't need a keyboard. You can be alone in your room, on the floor, outside, and tears will fall from your eyes. I've taught you before that tears are part of the language of the Spirit. And you will be touching God. Not because you won a big deal in contract. Not because you have money in your bank account. But you know the God whom you serve. It's a day that worship him must worship him how? In spirit and in truth. It will affect how you serve him. Show me a man that is not afraid of sacrifice in serving the Lord. I will show you a man who knows his God. I've taught you before that in sacrifice, the first sacrifice you give is yourself, your life. So when we sing Spend My Life, it's not a sweet song. Some people don't know the meaning of that song. They just like the way it sounds. You know, when you say, spend my life, you say, Kai. Do you know what it means? You are telling God that do with my life as it pleases you. And you know, once you surrender your life to God like that, he no longer needs your permission to break you. He does not need your permission to deploy you. He can wake up one day and say, your assignment in Warri is finished. Go to Zamfara. Then he keeps quiet. Then when you lie down and say, God, why is Zamfara you here? Spend my life. He will not do more than that. You will just be hearing the song playing in your spirit. Playing in your spirit. Then you are doing 14 days fast, saying, Lord, speak to me. Spend my life. That's all you will be hearing. But it's at that point we know whether you know God. At that point. Do you know God? So this declaration was to them who had separated themselves from the general company and planted themselves among the remnant. The ones who have not bent their knee to Baal nor kissed him. They've not offered worship to Babylon. Their appetites are not in the things that God calls an abomination. These are them that Paul was saying in Corinthians, come out from amongst them and be ye what? You remember he was saying that thing to a church. So it is possible to be in church and still be in Babylon. Because he was not saying that thing to unbelievers. He said, come out from them and be ye separate. And he also said, touch not the unclean thing. So it's possible to be in the church and be touching what? The unclean thing. It's possible. Because not everybody that is in church that has come out. There are some people that are in church and their preaching is driven by Babylon. Sodom still controls their appetite. Everything about them is still under the canopy of demonic spirits. But they are just masquerading with their membership of the Christian community. So even when you join the church, you must know how to come out. You can be in church and be an idolater. You can be. So if you go further, it now begins to say, what fellowship has God with idols? What communion has this with that? Look at it. What agreement has the temple of God with idols? For you are the temple of the living God, as I said, I will dwell in them and walk with them and I'll be their God, and they shall be what? My people. Shall be my people. shall be my people. So the whole entry point is listen. This is what I was trying to say last week. Listen. God is speaking to us this year. Be very sensitive.